Go.
Kentucky here at the SEC tournament at John Crop Stadium. The last of our quarterfinals tonight. The Renfro sisters leading the Lady Vols of Tennessee against the 10 seed South Carolina. They got a win under their belt last night. Looking for a second in a row here in the SEC tournament. Gibson going opposite. That's over the head of the left fielder off the fence. Gibson, stand-up double to score Cheval, 1-0, Tennessee.
Softball is it's difficult, but it's not. You have to really focus, and there's 9 main points of softball, and there's pitching. There's many different pitches, and it's all in how you hold the ball actually. If you hold it one certain way, you'll get one ball. Hold it, it's how you spread your fingers, how you grip the ball, where you grip the seams. And there's actually drop ball, screwball, rise ball, fastball, curveball, changeup. And if you really want to be a good pitcher and go to college for it, you have to start at a young age. You have to start at 8 when you pretty much start softball and know what you want to do. And you have to know where to plant your feet. And one of the rules of pitching, you can't never have your back foot can't come off the ground. And you have to drag it. And they actually have to make certain shoes so that way the toe part of the cleat doesn't come off. And hitting, you always have to watch the ball. You don't overswing because then you'll just turn around and look kind of weird. You have to turn your hips a certain way because that's where all your power comes from your core. And when you keep your head down, because if you swing and you have your head out, your bat's just going to do something weird. And you have to pretty much make sure that the bat goes to the ball, and when you swing, you want to watch where the bat hits the ball, and then you take off as fast as you can. And base running, you always got to know where the ball is, because if you take off for second and the catcher had the ball in the first place, you can get thrown out. And you never leave early because then you get called out, because it's kind of it's a weird rule, but because baseball doesn't do it, but softball, you have to wait for the pitcher to actually either wind up or release the ball, and then you can go. And if say it's a ground ball to second base, you don't want to go to second unless if you absolutely have to. And throwing, you have to, if you say the ball's a little bit damp and you don't grab the seams, the ball will just go crazy and will have a weird curve to it. And you have to point where you throw, and you have to release at the right moment, and you can't just kind of release here because then the ball will go higher. You can't release here because then the ball will go down. You just kind of have to know when to do it after so long. You'll pull back, and when you pull back, you'll have more power because you can come over and actually finish the throw correctly. And by gripping the seams, you know where the ball's going to go and where, and pretty much it gives you a more powerful throw. The rules of the game, there's 9 players at least on each team because there's 9 positions on the field, 9 hitters, it's just 9. Free bases come from a balk, which is when, like I said earlier, their toe can't come off the ground or anything. You kind of have to, if their foot comes off the ground and they're in the air, then whoever's on base gets to go forward. And if you get hit during at bat, you get a free base and you get to go first. And it's pretty much a walk, but even if it's the first pitch, you go. If the ball goes in the dugout or over the field, it's a dead ball. Over the fence, because it's a dead ball, because they can't really go get it and finish the play. You score one player, you get a point. So if you're around if you touch first, second, third, and home, you get a point. Person with the most points wins. Balls and strikes, it depends on where the batter is and who the umpire is, in all honesty. If it's too far outside, it'll be a ball. If it's too far inside, it's a ball. If it's too far up, too far down, it's a ball. But if it's in a certain little square, then it's a strike. 3 strikes, you're out. 4 balls, you get a walk. Pretty simple. 7 innings, 6 outs per inning, 3 per team. So 3 strikes, next chance to hit, stuff like that. If you're out, you go sit down. You only really get to argue it if it's a bad pitch or something. You can get kicked out by arguing with the ref, or pretty much by not being good having good sportsmanship or anything. This is pretty much the field. You have left field, center field, right field, shortstop, third base, second base, first base, pitcher, and catcher. When you're pitching, like I said, you start young, so you just kind of always know how to do it. And the people who have the most bond is usually the pitcher and the catcher, because the catcher has to know where the pitcher is going to throw the ball in order to stop it every time. And then there's actually a lot of different ways to have your field set up, and it all pretty much comes down to the same thing. So, next one. So in conclusion, I told you how many innings, how many players, what happens, the outcomes, and what you pretty much put into it is what you get out of it. How you to throw, how to hit, how to field,